My name is Todd Miller, and I'm a professor of music here at Lone Star College-Kingwood, and I'm also the chair of visual and performing arts. I have been singing as long as I can remember. As a child, my father was the drum major of his high school band. His father was a church musician, and so I grew up around music, and so I have great memories as a child singing around the piano at home, singing in church from a pretty early age. Took piano lessons fairly early in my life as well, and I've always just loved music. I always wanted to either be a professional baseball player or a singer, and so the baseball didn't quite work out, but I'm happy to say I've had a wonderful career in music as a singer and then as a conductor. Sometimes I think jobs find you when you don't even know what you're really good at. I was trying to make it in opera, and I sang a lot professionally, but my heart and my skills seem to have converged here at Lone Star College-Kingwood, just trying to teach to the whole person versus teaching in a conservatory. There is something very holistic about that I have come to embrace and come to realize about myself, that this is a perfect place for who I am as a human being and as a musician. I feel like the students teach me as much as I teach them, and of course when you get into conducting, which is very different from just being a soloist, it's a complete collaboration, and if I didn't have students here that were in a choir, then I couldn't make music. They are the instruments. And so I always think a conductor needs to be very gracious about that, even while you're trying to teach them to be better. And so I've found that to be very satisfying when we've worked on a project together and made this great progress musically, but also depending on the music, the subject matter, it can be a great time of human insight when we discuss music from all these different cultures that we perform. I find that very personally satisfying. And then I suppose because I live in this area, I take ownership that this is where I live. I want this community to be the best, most humane and beautiful place it can be, and so I feel like I'm making my small contribution through music. We've had some, I just think of all the great students that have been here over the years, and some are my close personal friends now. And they're older. Some of them are older than I was when I started, and that's fun to contemplate. But they're out there doing it. They're musicians, and they're making their own impact in the world, and that's really, really satisfying to me. I first came to Kingwood to sing as a soloist for a performance, and I remember driving down Kingwood Drive and going, "This is beautiful. I didn't know Houston looked like this." Because at that point in time, I lived on the other side of town where there weren't very many trees, and so it just felt like home from that standpoint as well. And so I just am supremely blessed to have been able to live and work here for these last 30 years.